This content is based on facts for educational purposes. We do not intend to defame any company. Logos are omitted for copyright.
All right, let's get one thing straight. We are not talking about games today. We are talking about a clinical, data-driven system designed to hijack your brain and harvest your attention. This is Voodoo. And no, that's not an exaggeration. That is the literal, fundamental truth of Voodoo's entire business model. Every single thing they release is built on this one cynical principle. They are not in the business of fun. They're in the business of psychological exploitation. So let's break down the weapon they use against you. So the weapon. You have to understand, the games themselves, they're not made for your entertainment. Not really. They are precision-engineered instruments built to manipulate your most basic cognitive functions for one single purpose: profit. And this is the core of their arsenal: operant conditioning. It sounds like something from a dusty old psychology textbook, right? Well, they've weaponized it. The idea is simple. You can control a behavior by rewarding it. In this case, the behavior is you tapping on a screen. And Voodoo has perfected the art of dropping these little digital breadcrumbs to keep you tapping, just like a lab rat pushing a lever for a food pellet. Every time you see level complete, every coin you collect, every satisfying little ding, that's a calculated positive reinforcement. It's a tiny, carefully timed dopamine hit, delivered on a schedule that an algorithm has optimized, not for your enjoyment, but to maximize your engagement. Your brain is just another metric on their dashboard. And here's where it gets really dirty. The rewards, they aren't consistent. They're random, unpredictable. This is the exact same psychological principle that makes slot machines so violently addictive. It puts you in a constant state of hope and anticipation. You keep tapping, you keep playing, because you're convinced that next big reward is just one more tap away. It's not a game, it's a slot machine that fits in your pocket. So how does this psychological trap become a multi-billion-dollar business strategy? How do they find that one perfect addictive little loop? Well, they do it through a process of brutal, high-volume, data-driven elimination. You're looking at a meat grinder. Voodoo tests thousands, literally thousands of game prototypes a year, and they kill almost all of them. Ideas are just thrown into this digital grinder, and the only thing that survives, the only thing that comes out the other side, is a product that has statistically proven its ability to addict. It's pure, cold, natural selection for addictiveness. This quote from an industry analysis says it all. It's brutally honest. You think they care about creativity, artistry, innovation? No. Those are liabilities. They're irrelevant. The only thing that matters is the numbers. Can they market it for cheap, and does it hook users from the very first second? That's it. That's the entire formula. So here's the bottom line. Their whole development process is just a frantic hunt for a game with high day-one retention. That's the key metric. If a prototype can't prove, with cold, hard data, that it can psychologically chain a user to their screen within the first 24 hours, it's deleted. Gone. No second chances. If you can put it down, it simply ceases to exist. Okay, so they've hooked you. The trap is sprung. Now what? Now they monetize that addiction. But they don't just sell you a game. Oh no. They sell you a cure for a disease they intentionally gave you in the first place. You know those constant, unskippable 30-second ads that pop up after every single level? You think that's a mistake, a flaw in the design? It's not. It is the core feature. They're deliberately engineered to create the maximum possible frustration. The ads are the punishment in their little conditioning loop. The game isn't being interrupted by ads. The ads are being briefly interrupted by gameplay. And this is their brilliant, twisted, hybrid casual model. First, they inflict pain with an endless barrage of ads. Then, they sell you the aspirin. For just a few bucks, you can buy a VIP pass and make the pain stop. They create the sickness, and then they have the gall to sell you the cure. But where do the ideas for these addictive little machines even come from? Innovation? A team of brilliant designers? Please. That's way too slow and way too expensive. They have a much more efficient model. Voodoo's strategy is simple, and it's ruthless. They watch the market, they identify successful, innovative games from smaller, independent developers, and then they clone them. They copy the core mechanic, strip out any shred of soul or originality, and then they weaponize a billion-dollar marketing budget to completely bury the original creator. It is not innovation, it is high-speed plagiarism. And here's the evidence. Just look at the history. Donut County, a beloved indie game, is suddenly followed by Hole.io, the classic Tiny Wings, followed by Deline, the viral hit Slither.io, followed by Paper.io. The pattern is undeniable. It is predatory. They use their massive scale to just crush creativity. So, what's the real takeaway here? What does this all mean? It's simple. You are the product. Your attention is the natural resource that is being mined, processed, and sold to the highest bidder. Honestly, the best way to think about it is this. Voodoo games are the fast food of the digital world. It's a quick, cheap, and totally unsatisfying hit of empty calories that provides absolutely zero nutritional value. It is engineered to be addictive, and it is rotting your ability to focus on anything that requires more than 15 seconds of thought. So do yourself a favor. Delete the slop. Play something real. And that really leaves us with just one final question. The next time you open one of these apps, you have to ask yourself, are you actually playing the game? Or are you just another data point in an algorithm being played for profit? Think about it.